Hi everyone, I'm Shelly and you're watching There's No Place Like Home. I'm back with another video and today's topic is Eusebius of Caesarea on Zechariah 14 verses 1 and 2. Last week I shared a video in which I told you all that I am going to start sharing a quote every week from either an early church historian, from an early church father, even though I know that a lot of people don't like that name, from respected theologians that all support, at the very least, partial preterism. And the reason that I decided to do this is because so many people will say, these beliefs are very recent. No one thought this until just, in the modern era, which is actually not true at all. So last week I shared a quote from Tertullian, and today I'm going to share a quote from Eusebius of Caesarea. And he lived from 260 or 265, they're not sure, till around 340. And let's just read a little bit about him first. Eusebius of Caesarea, also known as Eusebius Pamphilius, was a historian of Christianity, exegete, and Christian polemicist from the Roman province of Syria Palestina. In about AD 314, he became the bishop of Caesarea Maritima. Together with Pamphilius, Eusebius was a scholar of the biblical canon and is regarded as one of the most learned Christians during late antiquity. So, first of all, let's read what Zechariah 14 verses 1 and 2 has to say. Zechariah 14 verses 1 and 2. Behold, a day is coming to the Lord when the spoil taken from you will be divided among you. For I will gather all the nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city will be captured, the houses plundered, the women ravished, and half of the city exiled, but the rest of the people will not be cut off from the city. Now, most futurists, they look at these two verses and the rest of Zechariah 14, and they are looking for a future fulfillment of Zechariah 14, among pretty much all of the other messianic prophecies and judgment prophecies in Scripture. But let's see what Eusebius has to say about this. And I want to just point out right away that I do not elevate any of these people above Scripture. To me, Scripture is first. Scripture is the only way to interpret things. And if a man is saying something that does not fit Scripture, we need to go with Scripture and not man. But again, since people do bring up these people so often, and they claim that none of these historians or early church fathers or theologians were ever on board with anything related to past fulfillment, as in Jesus coming in AD 70, that I decided, all right, well, then I'm just going to share these actual quotes from these people. So, okay. Here is Eusebius on Zechariah 14, 1 and 2, the passage that we just read. The fulfillment of this also agrees with the passages quoted on the destruction of the whole Jewish race, which came upon them after the coming of Christ. For Zechariah writes this prophecy after the return from Babylon, foretelling the final siege of the people by the Romans, through which the whole Jewish race was to become subject to their enemies. Did you catch that? According to Eusebius, the coming of Christ occurred after the final siege of the people by the Romans. This happened in, yes, AD 70. And while these early church fathers and theologians and such that I'm going to be sharing with you, most of them probably would not be considered full preterists today. At the very least, I want to show you that there are many, many, many prominent and respected people in Christian history who did have a perspective of past fulfillment, especially in regards to the coming of Christ and its relationship and its fulfillment in the AD 70 destruction of Jerusalem. That's it for this video. I know it's a really short one, but I'm sure that some of you appreciate that. I'll be sharing another quote next week, and that one will be from John Chrysostom. So I'm sure some of you have heard of him. And that one will be on Matthew 24:14. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave one down below. And if you like my work and would like to become a channel member, I will leave a link in the description box for that as well, or you can just click on it right on my channel page. And I hope you have a great day.